Alright, so League just released this new card game called The Demon's Hand. It's a very small event thing in the League tab, events tab thingamajiggy. And honestly, it's pretty cool. It's nowhere near the size of a real game. It's just this little thing inside of League's thingamajiggy, inside of their client. And the way it works is it's almost like Balatro but mixed with Slay the Spire a little bit. You and the cool thing is you talk to this person and you play as Otacon, which if you play League, it's the new epic monster in the river that appears after a couple kills. Um but so they talk to you and they provide lore, which anything that provides lore I always like. League's lore has been a little all over the place pretty recently, but it seems like they're finally starting to put things together and actually follow a certain thing. But the way this game works is, again, you talk to this person and they tell you about your past of you, Otacon, and Mordekaiser, and who that person was, and what they did and what happened. But with the actual game, you're given these cards, and at first it probably looks a little weird, like what are these symbols, what are these numbers? But it's basically just poker. So you can click on this book, and then you can do a single card, high card, a pair, two pairs, three of a kind. This is a straight. This is a flush, full house, four of a kind, a straight flush, and a royal flush. And so if you have that in mind, then you play poker. It's kind of like Balatro. It's not like the regular poker where you're given five and you recycle. You're given seven cards here, or eight cards. I can't count. And then you can also sort by suit and by ascending order. And 9, 10, JQ. I'm missing the king because this is JQ. This is an ace. But basically, you're fighting these monsters, and you have health here. So you have 95 health, and the monsters attack for this much, this number here, and they have this much health. So as you do things, so this is gonna hit for 40, but similar to Balatro, it also adds the actual card. You do damage, and then they have this little counter here, the attack coin. And when this reaches 0, as it says, it'll deal damage and take damage. But you basically play along. You play through these battles, essentially. And then the cool thing is, you can also, there are different paths that you can take, and let me see. I'm not getting anything good. But there are different paths similar to Slay the Spire. And you can sort of see, do you want to spend some money on a shop? Do you want to rest and heal? Do you want to fight a regular monster? Do you want to, right here, as you can see. So these are regular monsters, and then there's shops here, because you get gold after defeating enemies. These are rest points where you heal health. Excuse me. And then there are epic monsters, or elite monsters. And so these provide more gold, but also they give you crit chance, and then there's the bosses. But crit chance, I discarded one, but there are these cards that are blue that come out, and those, oh, I've never seen this one before. Also, the cool thing is, this is a little more challenging than Balatro because you don't just play like 3 hands. Well, no, I mean, I'd say Balatro's more challenging when you get to the unlimited, but basically, I like the dynamics of this one because every single enemy, even if they're not elite, they have a modifier here. So this one, all command cards. Command cards are your high cards, your J, Q, K, and A. And it says they're all drawn face down. So you kind of know that these are all high cards. So maybe, oh, it'll tell you right here. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's 2 pairs right there. And so, you go through and you're playing, and I need to get to a shop, but then this little board right here, they tell you what I guess could be known as the Jokers from Balatro, and they give you modifiers And I need to get there so I can show you. But basically, you go through. I already beat the standard edition, but this is a crit. What I was talking about. So when you play a crit, it deals an extra 25% damage. So here, this goes up by 25%. You're dead. Get some gold, and we should be. So then you go to shops, and you purchase sigils, which you can hold 6. Balatro, you can hold 5. Same thing. This isn't supposed to be Balatro, but you know, I'm just comparing it because it feels like it. But these do different things, like plus 5% crit chance. If you play a full house, you do an extra 150 damage, and so you can re-roll and you can sell the ones that you have already for money, but then you can stack these. And I don't think they're as in depth as the ones in Balatro, but there are a lot. And I haven't actually found them all. You find these by playing the actual League game, by playing TFT or League, or specifically if you play Arena, they unlock a little bit faster. As you can see, by playing League of Legends missions, which I get it. You know, obviously they want you to play the game, and if you're a regular League player, then you're gonna unlock them anyways. But I played for maybe like 6 hours yesterday of regular League and some TFT and Arena, and I barely unlocked 6, which was the requirement to play hard. And then in order to play Demon mode or whatever, which is the hardest difficulty, you need to unlock 16. So it kind of takes a while. So here, I'm gonna discard these. But I mean, that's basically it. You play this game and you unlock. Oh, I messed up. The story of Otacon and some backstory of this is terrible of Mordekaiser, which I think is really cool. And you know, the mechanics are pretty simple, but I think it's a pretty fun. I should have picked up the Grand Horho's one. And you know, just for being a little game within the client, it feels like it could actually turn into something bigger. I don't think they would, just because you get everything that you need here, and you know, it's just for the lore. But it's actually pretty fun, and since it's in the League client, it is free. So, you know, it's not like you're losing anything. And if you already play League and you like the lore, it's cool to check out. So, I enjoyed it. It's not super difficult, but you know, as a Balatro and Slay the Spire player, and obviously a League player, all three games I enjoy a lot, and this was a pretty cool culmination of all 3 of them. So if you as well like those games and League, and you like Mordekaiser or just lore in general, I'd say give it a try, because you know, it's free. Why not? And it was surprisingly more entertaining or enjoyable than I thought it was gonna be. I watched my brother play for like 5 minutes just passing by, and it looked a little weird, but then once you kind of put together that this is poker, then it starts feeling like Balatro, and yeah, it works really well. It could be a knockoff or like a rip-off, I guess, but I mean, a lot of intellectual properties and stuff are kind of that regardless, so they put their own spin, and I think it's cool. That's pretty much all I gotta say about Demon's Hand, I think is what it's called. But yeah, check it out.